What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Peabody back with another reaction, man. Hey, we got a crazy one for you today. We got some things that a camera didn't supposed to see. Hey, man, if you like the content and you stick it with me, man, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. And I appreciate you for rocking out with me, man. Let's get into it.
Cameras sometimes capture things that shouldn't exist.
What is that?
Whether it's reptilianoids in the streets, unexplainable sightings, or mysterious entities. No human should have ever seen these bone-chilling creatures.
Oh, frick!
Last year, a man from
Yo, what was that? I like this type of stuff, man. Let's get into it. That's crazy.
Delaware shared a video that left viewers shocked. He had stepped out in the afternoon for a walk when he noticed a coyote following a creature that he had never seen before.
Man, what is that? The thing running on two legs, man. What is that?
It had no arms, a disproportionate body, and a strange mouth that ended in a sharp, beak-like shape. Suddenly, the coyote lost track of it, and as it trotted away trying to look for it, the creature leapt out from its hiding spot. That was the last time the man ever saw it, and the video was the only proof he had. Creepy goblin. For years, there have been rumors about a wicked creature living in the abandoned house near Gracemont Town, Oklahoma. One day, a man finally decided to find out if the rumors were true. While exploring it, his flashlight shone upon a bizarre creature. It had long ears, skeletal frame, and a cunning face.
Yeah, I'm gone, brother.
Turns out, there was a goblin living in this house. Suddenly, it threw something and jumped on the wall. The man tried to follow the goblin, but it was too fast. Since goblins are very sneaky, the cameraman wasn't able to find it again. Forest rake.
Is that a cow?
A hiking trip turned into a terrifying moment, real quick. A man named Daniel Ruiz shared a chilling experience from April 9th, 2023, while trekking deep into the La Rumorosa in Mexico. Animal sightings are not very common in this dry woodland, which is why Daniel was shocked when he saw a white figure move in the distance. Guess what? It was no animal. As he was recording, a pale, rake-like creature crawled out from the trees at a frightening speed. Terrified, Daniel ran for his life and managed to escape the creature.
Oh, frick!
Farm thief. This strange farm footage has the internet completely divided. At a farm near Arkansas, a farmer noticed several of his hens had gone missing overnight. When he checked the security camera, he couldn't believe his eyes. An ape-like creature casually walking through the farm, holding a hen in one hand. But its posture did not seem animalistic at all. Confused, he asked others for their opinion, and most people agreed this was Bigfoot hunting for food. However, a few skeptics believed it was a man wearing a costume to hide his identity. So who do you agree with? Nightmare figure. Was Slender Man caught in this unsettling video? After a woman was unable to sleep at night, she stepped outside to clear her mind. That's when she spotted a frightening figure in the distance. It was tall, dark, with unusually long limbs. At first, she thought she was in a nightmare, but the video proved it was real. She ran back inside, believing the entity might have been Slender Man. And maybe the reason she couldn't fall asleep was because of Slender's sickness. Mysterious creature sighting. A man named Adam was spending his vacation near the remote Freetown State Forest in the US when he heard a strange noise coming from the trees. He followed the sound, and that's when he saw the massive creature. The creature's body was covered in white fur, but when it turned its face towards him, its face was completely black. It didn't look like any known animal. Adam even tried to think of cryptids, but Bigfoot has dark fur, and Yetis are believed to be found in colder regions. So, if it wasn't one of them, what was it really? Halloween park entity. Look what a man found in a Halloween-themed attraction park. A man named Tyler snuck into the Ouija park at night to avoid ticket charges. As he walked through the eerie setting, he spotted a terrifying figure. It was pale and bony, with extremely long limbs. Tyler thought it was a Halloween prop and kept walking, but when he showed the video to his friend the next day, his friend, who had visited the park earlier, told him there was no such figure there. That's when Tyler realized he hadn't seen a decoration, but an actual creature haunting the place. Backyard dogman sighting. On the 4th of March, 2023 in Brazil, a man named Lucas heard a shrill howl from his backyard. Grabbing his flashlight, he stepped outside to investigate. At first, he thought it was just an animal moving in the dark, but when he finally saw its face, he was terrified. It was a large creature with a terrifying face and a head full of heavy fur, but its appearance didn't look like a bear or a dog, which is why he thought he'd spotted a dogman. Suddenly, it moved away really fast. At the same time, Lucas sprinted in fear. Once he went back inside, he never stepped out in his backyard at night again. Unsettling park sighting. This video will make you think twice before visiting a park at night. At 10 p.m. in Texas, a man went to a nearby park for a smoke, but that turned out to be a terrible decision. In the darkness, he spotted a creature that didn't look human or animal. It had bony limbs, an odd posture, and a large, round head that didn't match its body. Even stranger were its long, slender arms that reached the ground and helped it crawl. Horrified, he rushed home with the footage and never returned to that park again. But
I know some of this footage is questionable, but just look at it like this, man. There's some strange thing that goes on out there. You never know, man. You never know what's real or not. I don't put these clips past anybody. Look at it with an open mind and ask yourself, is it possible? I think it's possible.
question still remains. What was that creature? Strange transformation. Here's a video so disturbing, it'll make you think twice before stepping out after dark. A woman went out for a stroll late at night and was intrigued by a strange figure in the distance. It was bent in a strange way, with hands on the ground and head hanging down. The figure didn't move its body, but only its head was twitching. It was never revealed what it really was, but it looked like it was in the middle of a transformation. What do you think about this? Reptilian woman. You won't believe what happened here. A man named Li Ying shared this strange video of his wife on Instagram. He thought it would be fun to record her because of the face mask she had applied, but the camera captured something unexpected. Suddenly, she turned her head and flicked out an unnaturally long tongue, just like a lizard. Watch this shocking moment again. After seeing the video, viewers said she might be a reptilian in disguise, but Li Ying said he didn't know what to believe. Ghost woman. A security camera in Uttarakhand, India. captured a terrifying encounter. It happened at 1 a.m. on February 22nd, 2016. A man on a bike suddenly stopped when he saw a woman standing in the middle of the road. But the moment he stopped, she vanished. He was so confused that he even got off his bike to look around, but not one was there. Then, out of nowhere,
Now, something like this, I can believe. I believe this clip, for real.
the woman reappeared, just like a ghost. The man got so terrified that he left his bike behind as he ran away. Ghost legs. You are not going to believe your eyes when you see this. The footage shows someone walking down a narrow street, but only the legs are visible. There's no upper body at all, just two legs moving on their own. So what do you think is going on here? Was this a ghost caught on camera, or perhaps just a trick of light? Let me know in the comments below. Unidentified creature. What is that creature? Ethan, a hiking enthusiast, had come across it while hiking in Bogachiel Rainforest in Washington. The trail was supposed to be off limits, but curiosity led him to it, and that's when he saw it. The creature was completely black, with a strange shape that didn't match any known animal. Then it slowly raised its head, revealing cat-like ears. Ethan could have moved closer for a better look, but fear and uncertainty held him back, which is why he kept recording from a safe distance, unsure of what he was really looking at. Creepy unknown creature. A hunter was deep in a tropical forest when he thought he had found good game. A black creature was jumping around in the grass, but when he ran up to it, it turned out to be unlike anything he had ever seen. Although the video cut off at that point, he later shared footage of its carcass, because the next day after he had caught it, its body had shriveled up, revealing odd limbs with sharp claws and an alien-like face with long, narrow eyes. He had no idea what it was, and when he shared it online, no one else had any answers either. Shadowy figure. Nothing beats this terrifying footage. Around 1 a.m., a watchman in Mexico was doing his usual night patrol. That's when he saw something that terrified him. A shadowy figure appeared on the street ahead. It was shaped like a person, but as it moved forward, its form began to shift. The figure kept shrinking until only the shadowy legs were left behind. The watchman didn't move as he kept recording, unable to understand what he had just seen. And after that night, he decided to never patrol that area after dark again. Backyard rake. Every night, a man in Manchester kept hearing splashing sounds coming from the pool in his backyard. He thought it was just a wild animal sneaking in, until he finally checked the footage from his security camera. What he saw was far more terrifying than an animal. A pale, rake-like creature was peering from the wall, as if it was about to leap into the yard. Then, maybe it saw someone inside the house, so it slowly disappeared behind the wall. The creature hasn't appeared since that night, but the owner always checks his cameras before going to sleep. Marrow spotting. A fisherman set out to fish in Loch Barra, a remote lake in County Donegal, Ireland, when a terrifying creature emerged from the water. It had the body of a man, but the head of a fish. Even its arms were lined with fins. The creature was staring straight at him with dark, eerie eyes, which frightened him so much that he left. The next day, he showed the footage to locals. They claimed it could be a marrow, a terrifying sea creature found in Ireland. Demonic entity. While trekking alone, a man named Barry lost his way in the Slieve Anora Forest, Ireland. The dark An unfamiliar path worried him, but then his concern turned into pure fear. Someone was gripping the tree trunks with long, bony fingers that ended in sharp claws. That alone was terrifying. But then he saw its face. A demonic entity was peeking at him from behind the trunk. The sight was so terrifying that he immediately backed away from it and decided to never go down that unfamiliar path again. Creepy crawler. After a homeowner got a motion alert from their CCTV camera at night, they decided to check the footage. What they saw sent chills down their spine. It looked like someone was crawling towards their property, and it was crawling fast. It did not behave like a normal human. However, the appearance did have similarities with one. The homeowner got scared and chose not to step outside. The next day, when he shared the footage online, someone commented that in the area of West Virginia, there were reports of an unidentified individual crawling on all fours, trying to intimidate residents. Ceiling entity. In 2021, a woman named Sarah shared this chilling video from her workplace at a small tech office in Austin, Texas. While working late, she glanced up at the ceiling and saw a bone-chilling sight. Through a gap between the tiles, a creepy pale face seemed to be staring down at her.
When I go over here, what is that?
She immediately told her management about it. They dismissed it as a trick of the light and said she was just being paranoid. But Sarah wasn't convinced. What do you think this was? Comment below.
I don't know what that is, but I promise you I won't be there to go investigate and find out.
Ghost horse rider. Millions of people have seen this footage, but not one of them has an explanation for it. In June of this year, a CCTV in Tlaxcala, Mexico, recorded this scene at around 12:51 a.m. The footage starts with the distant sound of galloping hooves, but as the sound grows louder, a ghostly figure appears. It looks like a ghostly horseman is riding straight down the road before going out of sight. When this video shook the internet, the residents shared that they had heard the sounds too, but no one saw anything. Wandering ghost. What are these dogs seeing that we don't? They kept barking into the distance, as if something was wrong. A few moments later, we finally see it. A pale white figure appeared far down the field and was slowly walking through the darkness. The moment it came into view, the dogs began howling.
I said this in one of my videos before. Whenever you see animals acting strange like this, out of nowhere, but you don't see anything, trust and believe they sense something. A dog's sense is out of this world. They know energy. So when your dog or your pet, whatever you have, start acting weird like that, please investigate it and see why he's acting that way.
People were concerned about why the dogs always seemed so agitated in that area, so they checked the footage. That's when they saw proof of a story that nearby villagers had once shared. It was about a woman who lost her husband and ended herself, and she roams the fields ever since, searching for him. Creepy invader. It was past midnight when a homeowner in Spain thought there was a burglar trying to break into his house. But what broke through was far worse than a burglar. A creature with razor-sharp claws and teeth was tearing the wooden door apart like it was made of paper. The claws looked feline, but cats can't rip wood like that, which is why the man stayed hidden behind a broken wall. However, he never actually saw its face, because after clawing for 30 minutes, the creature finally left him alone. Mysterious shadow. A man was walking past St. Paul's Baptist Church in Virginia when something caught his eye. There was a massive shadow on the ground, right beside the church walls.
What the f*** is that? I ain't shit up there.
And it was moving really fast. It looked like it was cast by something high above the ground. But when he looked up at the roof, there was nothing there. The man tried to look everywhere else too, but couldn't find a source. But it's impossible to cast a shadow without a body. So, if it wasn't a shadow, what else could it have been?
What is that?
Dogman sighting. While driving home at night, a man in Florida passed by a park when something near the swing set made him stop. Standing in the distance was a tall, dark figure. Its shape was unlike anything he'd seen before. It wasn't human, and it definitely wasn't an animal. It had a broad body, a large hump on its back, and was almost as tall as the swing set itself. He was so shocked by the sight that he shared it online. When the video reached cryptid enthusiasts, they said that the massive frame and shadowy appearance could only mean one thing. He had just witnessed the legendary Dogman. Masked stalkers. Many viewers are skeptical about this video, but it's still extremely unsettling. On the 10th of June, 2022, someone creepy appeared outside a house. It looked like a person in a panda costume, staring directly into the camera like a stalker. Then, a glitch appeared in the footage. That's when another figure showed up beside the panda, and this one looked even more disturbing. However, the video cuts out after that, so we don't know what happened next, but I still managed to find its source. It was posted by the TikTok account Little and Large 13, and the authenticity of its videos seem a bit doubtful. But what do you think? Is it real or fake? Experimental humanoid. This video of a humanoid exposed a hidden science experiment. In 2021, a synthetic biologist, Dr. Elliot Crane, was leaving a classified biotech facility in a discrete location somewhere in southern Oregon. That's when he saw a test subject right in front of him. The video somehow got leaked online, possibly by a whistleblower, and exposed that they were creating hybrid creatures, some of which had escaped. Later, Melissa Braham from St. Helens shared a similar creature she had found near her house. After a thorough investigation, they found the facility to be completely empty, and no one could be seen for miles in that region. Dogman sighting. Look what these hunters found in the forest. They'd gone deep into the Great North Woods in USA when they noticed movement in the tall grass. Thinking it was a wild animal, they approached carefully, but what they saw left them frozen. A massive creature with thick black fur was staring right at them with glowing eyes. The hunters kept shining their flashlight upon it, trying to understand.
My question is, what the hell are you hunting for at night? That deep off in the woods? What exactly are you looking for? And you crazy as hell to think I'm going out there that late while it's that dark. Like, what are y'all hunting for?
And what it really was. But since it didn't look like any ordinary animal, they were left with only one explanation: that this was a real Dogman. Horse spirit. On February 8, 2023, a roadside camera in Rajasthan, India, captured something that left an entire village terrified. It looked like a man on horseback riding down the road, but something was off. The rider's body didn't appear fully solid, almost as if it could vanish at any moment. As he moved further, both the horse and rider disappeared, just like smoke. Even the cow turned to look in confusion. The next day, when the villagers saw this footage, they believed it was the ghost of a warrior who met his end while protecting that land. Paranormal cycle. No one would have believed it if the CCTV hadn't captured this. It happened in Lucknow, India, around 2 a.m. A baby cycle appeared on the street and it was moving steadily on its own. There was no one riding or pushing it, and there wasn't even a slope that could have made it roll, which made it seem like a paranormal event. The only person who saw it was a nearby watchman, but when he told others, they dismissed it as a joke, so he showed them the footage of the unbelievable moment. And that's when they realized what he was saying was true. Sports Hall Shadow. This strange footage was recorded at 2 a.m. inside Hoop City, a private indoor basketball court in Melbourne, Australia. A security guard was reviewing the CCTV cameras when something odd appeared on one of the screens. At first, it looked like a faint shadow moving across the court. It could have been dismissed as a trick of light. But watch what happened next. The shadow slowly transformed into the shape of a person. It walked for a few seconds before fading away. When he showed the footage to the authorities, they didn't take it too seriously, and the guard who saw it soon quit his job.
I don't care if ghosts or not, still would have crossed his ass up and jayed him up on that court.
Unidentified creature. A creepy creature was captured just outside a home in Guiyang, China. At first, it looked like a hunched old man slowly walking past, but a closer look reveals something far more disturbing. The figure was pale, with unnaturally long limbs and a strange, disproportionate body. The most unsettling of all was a large, swollen lump that appeared to be growing from its back. After seeing the footage, the homeowner, Wei Huang, asked his neighbors if they had seen anything like this outside their homes, but no one had any answers. Dark figure. I have no idea what happened here. Maybe you'll have an explanation. As a man was leaving his apartment, another figure appeared in the hallway, but it didn't look human. It was completely dark, like a shadow, and its head had a strange alien-like shape. Then something even stranger happened. The figure suddenly faded away right in front of the camera. The man seemed to sense something and glanced in that direction, but he brushed it off. But the building authorities couldn't ignore it when they saw it. However, they could still find no explanation for what they saw. Alien sighting. Do you believe in aliens? If not, this video might change your mind. After a meteor crashed in rural Brazil, a group of reporters went to inspect the site. That's when they spotted a strange metallic object on the ground, but turns out there was someone inside it. As they got closer, a pale face with small, beady eyes suddenly peeked out from inside, and it looked completely alien. Within seconds, the figure went back inside to hide from the human eyes. But the strangest part is that, as soon as this video spread online, the object vanished overnight, as if someone had removed all traces of it, and the alien.
Llegar. Laura Rivas, tenemos una imagen sorprendente que sale precisamente de este desagüe.
Gargoyle sighting. It was an ordinary day as people drove down the road, until a terrifying creature appeared above them. It happened in Mexico at around 4 p.m. when the creature perched on a tree branch. It had spider-like legs and massive bat-like wings. Its body looked exactly like a gargoyle from old statues. Moments later, it spread its wings and flew off into the sky. Everyone who saw it was convinced that it was one of those gargoyles from the medieval times that was somehow existing all these years later. Creepy hospital ghost. You might miss it if you blink. The video was recorded inside Tokyo Medical Center in Japan. A family had gathered in a hospital room. An old man was lying on the bed, and his daughter was recording the moment to save it as a memory. Everything looked normal. But the camera caught someone mysterious. Look carefully. A deformed face appeared near the bed for a brief second. It stared right at the camera. No one noticed it at that moment, but when the family watched the footage later, they were certain no one else had been in the room. Bizarre person. This footage has left everyone confused. A woman named Sophie Williams spotted something strange on her lawn at 4 p.m. At first, it looked like an animal creeping out from behind the car, but then she realized it was a man, crawling on all fours while facing the sky, like he was possessed. After a few seconds, he stood up and walked away completely normally. Sophie was so disturbed, she showed the footage to her neighbors, but no one recognized him. What do you think could explain his bizarre behavior? Living Christmas doll. Here's a video like never seen before. The TikTok uploader Andrea Desoms had gifted her daughter a doll and named it Lolo, but this was no ordinary toy. One night, the mother heard sounds coming from the kitchen. When she went to check, what she saw left her stunned. The doll was on the counter, eating cereal straight from the box. She called out to it, and the doll suddenly dropped, pretending like nothing had happened. The same thing happened again the next night. She eventually threw the doll out, and the moment got over 10 million views on TikTok because of how unsettling it was.
Lolo.
Reptilian sighting. In Phoenix, Arizona, a street camera captured something no one could explain. A tall, hunched reptilian figure was seen walking upright at 3 a.m. Its skin looked rough and scaled, and it moved slowly on two legs like a person. But it couldn't have been a person in a costume either, because it was far too tall. Later that week, a few other people reported seeing the reptilian in that area, but when authorities looked into the matter, they found no real trace of it beyond that one video. Now it's time for the most unsettling footage of the day. This one might be the most disturbing creature caught on camera. At around 3 a.m. in San Diego, California, a woman named Erica was startled by the sound of her doorbell. It was too late for visitors, so she checked her security camera. What she saw left her frozen. Standing at her gate was a massive reptilianoid creature, unlike anything ever caught on camera before. It was trying to lure her out, but it was her intuition that saved her. Then, another similar creature suddenly ran past it down the street, and this one quickly followed it. The next day, she went out to see if there were any tracks left behind, but to her shock, she found nothing. If it wasn't for this footage, no one would have believed it even happened.